Whenever Paul Thorpe's political allies are questioned about missing donation money, he plays the victim. His alibi is to claim there's a sinister plot to destroy the movement and label his critics as having a bizarre fixation. But the reality is much simpler. There is no conspiracy. Working-class donors are just demanding a basic, verified financial audit of public funds to see where the Peter Lynch money actually went. To dodge accountability, Thorpe sits on his Spanish sunbed and pretends to have amnesia. He acts as the supreme political insider, yet he casually looks into his webcam and claims he can't remember which year or which event sparked a massive scandal involving a dead man's charity fund. You don't casually forget a scandal of this magnitude unless you simply do not care about the working-class people who allegedly lost their money. The chronological timeline proves this isn't a failed memory. Massive public donations were collected for Peter Lynch's grieving family. When independent commentators revealed the family allegedly received nothing, the public rightfully demanded an investigation. The very next time Thorpe goes live, he claims he can't remember. It wasn't amnesia, it was a deliberate, calculated swerve to avoid confronting the financial reality. Because he couldn't answer the questions, Thorpe attempted the ultimate grifter's swerve. He claimed that because Tommy Robinson was in jail, he went behind the scenes and spoke to an unnamed second-in-command. He arrogantly declared he was shown wholesome indisputable evidence that the money was totally clean. But notice the missing proof: 0 spreadsheets, 0 bank statements, and 0 transfer receipts shown on the screen. A legitimate charity audit requires official bank statements, verified transfer receipts, and itemised public-facing spreadsheets. Instead, Paul Thorpe provided a secret off-camera conversation with an unnamed deputy, backed by nothing but hearsay of a YouTube watch salesman. We don't do trust me bro when it comes to the public's money. If the evidence is so wholesome, put it on the screen for the world to see. Expecting the British public to blindly hand over their cash based on a shadow conversation is the pinnacle of grifting. As the Daily Agenda accurately intercepted and exposed, why does this deputy's name stay hidden? Because you're hardly likely to take the financial assurances of a convicted robber and fraudster who has a flippant attitude towards fraud. Thorpe desperately wants you to view him as a political kingmaker, a campaigner for social justice, and a defender of the working class against corruption. But he spent his entire career operating as a Watch Mafia defender and a fake Rolex apologist, actively protecting the shady grey market industry. Before politics, the self-proclaimed godfather of the watch community mentored and defended Anthony Ferrer through a massive Ponzi scheme. Even worse, when his own son, Jamie Thorpe, was busted for selling fake Rolexes, Paul minimised and deflected the massive fraud. He issued a statement claiming he didn't know anyone guilty of a crime for merely being a relative. The self-appointed crime fighter immediately protected his brand and his family over the victims. When his own audience eventually revolted against his shifting political strategies, Thorpe didn't face them with facts. He orchestrated a fake grassroots phone call. Our evidence logs prove he fed a script to an associate named Charlie to launder his own failing opinions back to his Super Chat subscribers through a planted proxy. Charlie weaponised his supposed youth to play the terrified victim, flawlessly validating Thorpe's exact agenda regarding education. This is exactly how the propaganda factory operates. Step 1, Thorpe pushes his baseless agenda. Step 2, the fake deployed caller chimes in to organically echo those exact demands. Step 3, Thorpe pretends to be amazed by this random caller's brilliant insight. Step 4, Thorpe uses this fake consensus to demand surrender of his political rivals, manipulating his audience into believing the lie. By inserting himself into a national political feud, Thorpe activated an army of online sleuths who already knew his history. The internet always keeps receipts. From Reddit threads destroying his digital vault algorithm as a scam created by uneducated car salesmen, to watch enthusiasts exposing his shady practices on the Tim Wright podcast. The consensus is clear. The man claiming the moral high ground has been standing in the mud the entire time. The apple never falls far from the tree.
Jamie Thorpe sold the public fake luxury watches wrapped in a shiny, legitimate-looking package destined to break under scrutiny. Paul Thorpe sells the public a fake political revolution wrapped in the language of patriotism. The absolute core insight is this: the entire ecosystem is built on the exact same principles as the grey market: hype, artificial scarcity, and a fundamental lack of authentic underlying value. You cannot trust a counterfeit salesman to audit a charity. Thank you for watching the Daily Bollocks. Like, subscribe and comment. See you next time.